Welcome to today's video. We are comparing LTX 2.3 to MiniMax H3 and ComfyUI.
Welcome to today's video. We are comparing LTX 2.3 to MiniMax H3 and ComfyUI.
We will take a close look at the quality, performance, and how to optimize the models.
We will take a close look at the quality, performance, and how to optimize the models.
Many of you have asked for 3D or anime style instead of realistic photos for diversity.
Many of you have asked for 3D or anime style instead of realistic photos for diversity.
So here we are. Let's test out the models.
Welcome to today's video. We are comparing LTX 2.3 to MiniMax H3 and ComfyUI. We will take a close look at the quality, performance, and how to optimize the models. Before we dive into the setup, I want to extend a massive thank you to our supporters. Our last video on the free local AI character dataset generator covering Crea 2, QN Edit, and Flux 2 Klein was incredibly well received. We recently launched our Ko-Fi page and already crossed over 120 supporters. A huge shout out to our top 10 supporters: Mikox, MJ, Diesel, Joquin Angel, Maker of Dreams, Tralinka, Tai, Shimad Kumar, Per3za, and Wolfgang. Thank you all so much for making this channel possible. As promised in our last video, every single supporter gets the verified node role on our Discord server. This grants you access to our private chat channels, where we share the latest tech insights, offer early access to beta workflows, and give you a direct line to chat with senior members of our community. All you need to do is connect your Discord account after your Ko-Fi purchase. If you ran into any issues or forgot to link it, just drop me a message on Ko-Fi, and I will get you set up manually. Now, let's jump straight into the core of today's video. To start, make sure you update ComfyUI to version 0.30 or newer. We will enable Sage Attention by default. If you still face issues installing portable ComfyUI or getting Sage Attention to run smoothly, check out our community one-click install video. It is completely portable, clean, and zero-touch to your system environment outside its own directory, coming fully pre-configured with Sage Attention and Insight Face. For context, our test rig uses an NVIDIA RTX 5080 with 16 GB of VRAM, alongside 64 GB of system RAM. While it is not an absolute top-tier enterprise card, it is more than capable of pulling off both of these heavy video models at impressive speeds. Let's begin with the MiniMax H3 setup. Inside ComfyUI, head to the template library, sort by newest, and select MiniMax H3 image to video. H3 is MiniMax's omnimodal architecture that natively handles text, video, and audio in a single generation pass, outputting synchronized stereo audio along with the motion. Because ComfyUI's subgraph implementation can still be slightly buggy, we unpack the subgraph into standalone nodes to give us direct visual control. The weight setup relies on 4 primary components. For the diffusion model, you can test either the full 34 GB int8 model or the 21 GB pruned int8 variant. For the text encoder, you have the choice between the 27.1 GB int8 QN3VL encoder or the heavily quantized 15.7 GB NVFP4 AWQ version. Combine these with the 0.6 GB audio VAE and the 5.21 GB video VA. Head over to the ComfyUI Hugging Face page to grab these files. Skip the unquantized BF16 diffusion model, as downloading a 66 GB weight file for the UNet alone makes little sense on consumer hardware. Even with the largest combined int8 setup, which totals nearly 67 GB across system RAM and VRAM, ComfyUI handles memory offloading gracefully without any system freezes or OOM crashes. To supercharge the official workflow, we integrate the Spectrum Apply MiniMax H3 custom node. By placing this node directly after the diffusion model loader, we achieved an immediate 30% boost in sampling speed with virtually zero loss in perceptual visual quality. It is a simple git clone into your custom nodes with no external Python dependencies required. For sampling parameters, we lock the seed to 0, utilize the res multi-step sampler, and run at 20 steps. The math expression node automatically converts our requested duration into the model's required 17-frame latent block grid. Moving over to LTX 2.3, we open the official template and unpack the subgraph. We disable prompt enhancement right away, as it frequently introduces unexpected artifacts. We run the native FP8 checkpoint with the distilled LoRa set to a weight of 0.5. To optimize our monitoring workflow, we add the LTX2 sampling preview override from KJ nodes along with a tiny VAE. This displays low-overhead real-time latent previews during sampling, allowing you to instantly catch anatomical failures early and terminate the run without wasting time. LTX runs on an Euler sampler set to 8 steps for the base generation and 3 steps for the spatial upscaler. For our baseline generation, we created source images using Crea 2. To test these models at their absolute limits, we picked a ballerina as our primary subject. Continuous fluid rotation, combined with complex human limb geometry, is where video diffusion models typically suffer severe breakdowns. Let's look at the side-by-side results. Starting with our talking head opening sequence, generated at 1088p, MiniMax pruned int8 paired with the NVFP4 clip completed in 638 seconds. LTX finished the exact same frame in just 97 seconds. Because this shot features a static camera with subtle facial movement, both models delivered clean results, though LTX provided slightly more natural facial skin texture and lip timing.
Welcome to today's video. We are comparing LTX 2.3 to MiniMax H3 and ComfyUI.
Dropping MiniMax down to 768p reduced the generation time to 230 seconds versus 98 seconds on LTX. However, MiniMax introduced a slight hand geometry distortion on her left middle finger, a subtle signal that while MiniMax maintains overall structural coherence better, it is not immune to microanatomy errors.
We will take a close look at the quality, performance, and how to optimize the models.
In our 3D cartoon character test at 768p, MiniMax clocked in at 238 seconds, while LTX finished in 101 seconds. Here, MiniMax visually outperformed LTX, offering far superior lip synchronization and expressive facial dynamics.
Many of you have asked for 3D or anime style instead of realistic photos for diversity.
Next, on the anime character test at 768p, MiniMax finished in 234 seconds compared to LTX's 73 seconds. MiniMax followed the prompt precisely, executing a smooth, continuous camera push-in. LTX struggled with the camera instruction entirely and suffered severe hand mangling as soon as the character began gesturing. Prompt adherence clearly goes to MiniMax.
So here we are. Let's test out the models.
Moving on to our stress tests with the ballerina sequence. Test 1 features a grand jeté over a dark reflective stage. MiniMax running at default 768p took 304 seconds. Enabling the spectrum speedup node dropped the time down to 231 seconds. Both passes preserved excellent physical motion and limb integrity, proving that spectrum delivers a clean speed advantage without sacrificing structural quality. Test 2 places the ballerina inside a glass botanical conservatory. MiniMax running at 736p finished in 261 seconds on default settings and 195 seconds with spectrum enabled. The body motion remained fluid and structurally accurate. Running LTX on the same image forced an automatic crop to 704p, taking 85 seconds. However, LTX suffered a catastrophic structural failure, turning the dancer's head 180 degrees and completely swapping her arms. MiniMax took an absolute win here. Test 3 involves a continuous pirouette under a spotlight. MiniMax with spectrum at 736p finished in 205 seconds. The rotation dynamics were impressive, though subtle foot swapping occurred during the initial frame transition before correcting itself. Upgrading the diffusion model from pruned in 8 to full in 8 yielded no noticeable visual improvement despite a 207-second render time. LTX at 704p finished in 60 seconds, maintaining basic geometry for a single spin. But scaling LTX up to 1088p at 99 seconds caused immediate anatomical collapse once again. High-resolution scaling continues to destabilize LTX's spatial awareness. Test 4 places the subject in a rainy cyberpunk alleyway. MiniMax Full Int 8 default took 262 seconds, while Spectrum reduced it to 207 seconds. Switching to the lightweight pruned Int 8 and NVFP4 encoder brought the time down to 202 seconds while maintaining visually indistinguishable output. LTX struggled heavily in this environment, hallucinating high heels onto the ballerina and destroying leg geometry despite a fast 91-second execution time. Finally, we pushed MiniMax to native 1088p using Spectrum, pruned Int 8, and NVFP4. The 5-second video took over 10 minutes to render, roughly 2 minutes per generated second on an RTX 5080, and still exhibited minor limb artifacts, confirming that rendering native 1088p video remains impractical for dense kinetic movement. The verdict is clear. The optimal MiniMax H3 workflow is to combine Spectrum speedup with the pruned Int 8 diffusion model and NVFP4 text encoder. This combination delivers maximum speed with minimal quality drop. While MiniMax H3 represents a massive leap forward in prompt adherence and motion handling, it is not an absolute replacement for LTX 2.3. As demonstrated throughout our stress tests, MiniMax still struggles to maintain perfect body anatomy during fast, complex motion like rapid pirouettes or dramatic jumps. LTX 2.3 remains a valuable, hyper-fast tool for rapid iteration, simple talking heads, and precise control workflows like IC-LoRA and ID-LoRA. The workflow JSON is on our Discord. Thank you for watching. And that's the node, all open source, no filler. Thank you for watching. Grab the file, keep creating.